Hey, what's up? It's Hassan the God, Spotlight on Women's Hoops. Hey, I wanted to come on and give a recap of the women's basketball action that happened on New Year's Day. Um, but the Alabama game, I just couldn't, I wasn't in the frame of mind to do any talk. Alabama just laid an egg. It was straight embarrassing. But yeah, straight embarrassment. That was an embarrassment to the state of Alabama, the University of Alabama football program. Just a straight embarrassment. But what wasn't an embarrassment was the action we got New Year's Day. Yo, just like on Thanksgiving, we got darn good matchups. That's what we got on New Year's Day. Just give a quick recap. Um, South Carolina versus Alabama. All right. What a way to start conference play for the South Carolina Gamecocks. South Carolina dominated this game from the opening tip to the final buzzer, 83 to 57. South Carolina was just able to just shut down Cody McMahon. They held Cody McMahon to 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Um, Collins and Timmons was the really only offense. Collins finished with 17, and Timmons, you know what she brings, 12. But for South Carolina, Joyce Edwards, um, sophomore campaign, she's still keeping the same pace, 25 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block. Very efficient night. Raven Johnson, with a homegirl tonight lasting out. Raven stepping up to the plate like what seniors do. 17 points, 4 boards, 5 assists. And with Tanaya lasting out, I got McKeer, got some quality minutes, and took advantage of the increased number of minutes, 9 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Um, like I say, this game was just South Carolina just did everything right. Key stats in this game as a team: 50% from the field, 38% from three, 82% from the line. Now South Carolina was getting to the line. They was 14 or 17 from the charity stripe when Alabama only had 6 attempts from the line. And South Carolina took care of the ball, winning the turnover battle 9-16. Points in the paint, 40 points in the paint to 18 for Alabama, and rebounding, controlling the boards, 43 to 29. There's nothing else I could say, man, on South Carolina. Um, right now, with South Carolina, Tanaya Latson is day to day, so there's no specific timeline on when Tanaya Latson will be back in the lineup. But if you've been tapped into women's college basketball, you know that South Carolina does have a new addition. Um, they have a player that's coming in from France. She's the real deal. Um, um, they're looking forward to play by next week. We're gonna be on top of that. Turnbees is the real deal. Go ahead and take a look at her her highlights and everything. Played for the French national team, so she has a lot of international experience, a lot of pro experience that she's gonna bring to South Carolina, which I think is gonna mesh well. All right. Also on New Year's Day, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is red hot. They took care of Arkansas 88 to 81. Michaela Blake's her sophomore campaign, she ain't playing. Michaela Blake's is on a mission. Michaela Blake's 35 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Sasha Washington showed up to the party, 13 and 13, and Aubrey Galvin, another solid game, 14 points. Can't wait to see what Vandy does against LSU. I think they play LSU on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So that's gonna be a real big game. Can't wait to see that. And also can't wait to see how LSU bounce back from getting chin check. I'm gonna talk about that last. Nebraska and Iowa. Um Iowa took care of business 86-76 versus Nebraska. Hannah Stuckey, 21, 10 and 4. Ava 18-7 and 3. And Shazadi Wright, another solid game, 24 points. Um Now we got another upset on today. Maryland, not today, the first. On the first. Um Maryland lost to Illinois 73-70. Um Let me just start off with the team stats. Um Maryland shot the ball better, 42-38. Now, 3-point shooting was the death of Maryland, 8% from three. Yes, 8% from three. 8% to 36%. You're not going, you're not going to win when you're shooting the three ball like that. Now, just so you don't think that I'm playing, like, nah, not no 8%. Okay. 8% from the three to 36%. All right. Um, and also Illinois made their free throws. They shot 87% from the line. And also they won the turnover battle. Turnovers and 3-point percentage is the main things that affected this game for Maryland. Um, Illinois was able to create turnovers. Um, and those turnovers on led to points. Um, but again, Maryland's gonna be all right. Conference play is heating up, and you got a lot of teams that's hungry. A lot of teams are really hungry, so we're gonna see maybe a few more games like this. Another key game um that happened on New Year's Day was, oh yeah, Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. Another one. Another one. And that game went into overtime. Notre Dame went into Atlanta to play Georgia Tech. Came out with the L, 95-90. Now, Niall Ivy is um maneuvering with key players out. She got some injuries going on, so the depth is not there. Um, and we'll see how that pans out because they got a game against Duke on Sunday, and Duke is hungry. They rolled off a few wins, but again, Duke, they took some early losses to some top ranked opponents. But again, like Carol Lawson said, she wants to be exposed. So that exposure is only gonna prepare you for February and March going into the tournament, because that's when you want to be playing your best ball. But um uh Hannah Dargo, 26 points, 4 boards, and 10 assists. Prosper. Another solid game, 19, 10 and 4. Vanessa De Jesus, 16, 6 and 4. And Cows, 14 and 7. But the real story was Talia Walker. 23 points, 10 boards, 6 assists. Lanaya Foster showed up to the party, 22 and 4. Erica Moon, 12, 4 and 6. And Catherine Albin, 18 points. They came together. They knew what was at stake. They defended home, and this was a good statement win to start conference play for Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, um, they shot the ball better from the field. And also, Georgia Tech controlled the points in the paint and rebounded. Georgia Tech got rebounded Notre Dame 42-36 and controlled the paint um with paint points, winning that battle 52-40. So good job to Georgia Tech, good statement win. Notre Dame is gonna be okay. I don't think any Notre Dame fans out there that Notre Dame is in trouble. Notre Dame is not as healthy as you all would like them to be, but there's a lot of basketball to be played. All right. There's a lot of basketball to be played. The ACC right now I have it Louisville's to lose. But again, that's why you play the game, and there's a the, Notre Dame is going to be there at the meeting in March. They're gonna get in. Um, but right now, um, they just need to just play solid ball, keep the confidence there until everybody comes back healthy. All right. Um, what other games that stood out? Some other games of note. LSU. Um, Kentucky, LSU. I know I was making jokes about um Kim Mulkey not playing anybody of substance um in the non-conference schedule. Okay, this is a double-edged sword with me because Kim Mulkey is gonna get the best of the cream of the crop. All right. Now, you don't know how good you are unless you play one or two top ranked opponents. That's why I got much respect for Carol Lawson. Even when she was taking them losses, I like Carol Lawson gonna be all right. Duke is gonna be okay. They're gonna be competitive. You don't know what you really have unless you put yourself in a position to be exposed. Now, it's not that LSU got exposed. It's just that LSU has a few freshmen, and they just got initiated. This was their initiation into SEC ball. All right. And their initiation to SEC ball, um, they got out rebounded. The most telling statistic of this LSU Kentucky game was LSU got rebounded 45 to 29. 45 to 29. Uh LSU shot the ball better from the field. They shot the ball better from the three. And also LSU won the turnover battle 10-8. But again, rebounding. Rebounding is always going to be the most telling statistic 8 times out of 10. Rebounding. You're not gonna win if you're getting out rebounded by a margin like that. All right. Let's get into some more individual statistics. Flaw J, 15 points, 1 board, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Michaela Williams, um, always brings it. 26, 8, and 5. Jada Richard, 14, 3, and 2. Amaya Joyner, 14 and 5. Well, the person that everybody want to know about, Malaysia Full Wiley. Did some time on the bench, got in foul trouble early. That's part of that maturity that I was talking about with Malaysia. Okay. Um, She played 16 minutes, 2 points on 1 of 6 shooting, 1 rebound, 1 assist. I didn't see any defensive stats. I had to go back and look. I didn't see anything in the steal department. Okay, Malaysia for Wiley. She has a lot of growing. All right, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Um, this was a game. I had this game circled, but I actually thought LSU would have won this game. Um, Now I'm surprised at the production of Zakiya Johnson, but again, Zakiya is growing pains. I think this is a game that Zakiya is gonna remember, and this because Zakiya Washington, watching not South Carolina, watching LSU. Zakiya Johnson is a player who I had as LSU's X factor. If she was going to be the player that if she plays well, you can guarantee a win for LSU. Zakiya Johnson, 0 points, 2 boards, 2 assists. All right. Now I'm looking for this loss against Kentucky to be what turns the switch on for Zakiya Johnson. All right. But again, you're not gonna have much success when you're getting out rebounded. And kill monkey teams do not get out rebounded by margins like that. All right. Now, let's talk about my South Alabama Jaguars. South Alabama beat them Raging Cajuns to secure their first Sun Belt Conference win. South Alabama is a dangerous team. All right, they secured the win 87, not 87, ooh, Lord, 81 to 56. All right. Good job by the South Alabama Lady Jaguars. Cordasia Harris, another monster game, 22 points, 13 rebounds. That girl's a problem. Hey, that girl's a problem. You know what I'm saying? ICE agents can't keep her off the glass. Um, Daniela Gonzalez, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Krista Narcisse, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Amaya Sutton, didn't shoot the ball, extremely great, but hey, she still contributes, plays hard, 9 points, 2 rebounds, and Tamara Ortiz, 10 points, 6 assists. All right, now South Alabama, dangerous team. I'm just gonna say this: if South get get them turnovers under control, if they're averaging about in almost 20 turnovers a night. Once South get them turnovers in check, dangerous. They shoot the 3 ball well. Paint presence is solid. Um, Point guard play. Um, they got good point guard play. South just got to control the turnovers. Once they control the turnovers, yeah, I'm looking for. I still got South in my top three. In the Sun Belt right now. Now staying with the Sun Belt. We got Troy. Um, taking a loss to Southern Miss on the third. All right, Saturday tonight. Troy. I didn't see this one coming. I actually had Troy winning this game, but this is a solid win for the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. Shout out to um everybody over there in Hattiesburg. Southern Miss, they shot the ball 51% to Troy's 42. And they also shot the ball from three pretty well, 38% to Troy's 34%. And they hit their free throws. Now, even though Troy controlled the boards, which I knew they was gonna do, um, when you're just shooting the ball 51%, um, it's not much you can do and the scoring for Southern Miss was pretty much balanced. Haley Breland, 13, 3 and 3, times 13 points. Keats came in with 16. But Johnson, 30 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. So Leggett, everybody was coming to the party. Everybody came to the party for Southern Miss, man. So shout out Southern Miss. That's why I say the Sun Belt Conference race is gonna be a tight one. Um, just to be honest, right now to challenge Arkansas State and James Madison, it's gonna be out of South Alabama, Southern Miss, and Old Dominion. I'm still high on Old Dominion too. So that's why I say Sun Belt is gonna be tight. Sun Belt is gonna be a tight race. And also Troy. Troy's gonna be in the mix. So right now, every game is almost is you gotta treat it like you're in a tournament right now. Every game you can't take it for granted. But shout out to Southern Miss and also again, shout out to them Lady Jaguars. They got Arkansas State on the 8th. That's gonna be a big game. Come out and support the Lady Jaguars in Mobile, man. If you're a fan of women basketball, yo, the Lady Jazz got some. Shout out to Coach Alicia Jackson too, man. Um, UCLA and USC. This game right here, I didn't expect a route of 80 to 46. I did not see this coming. I did not see it coming at all. Um, I really don't want to get into the stats. But again, it's Spotlight on Women's Hoops. We got to take the good with the bad, the pretty and the ugly. Um, USC was just they just couldn't find the basket, man. UCLA outshot them 53 to 27. They outshot them from the three, 38 to 33. Um, UCLA was getting to the line. UCLA shot 16 to 19 from the free throw line to USC's 4 for 8. So the free throw shooting was lopsided, and UCLA, of course, um, Lauren Betts, 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. On 12 of those rebounds of the 46 belong to Lauren Betts. And also they UCLA controlled the points in the paint. Um, Neepkins, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Kiki Rice, 14, 2 and 8. Jacquez, 12, 6 and 1. USC just couldn't get nothing going. Jazzy Davidson, one of my picks for freshman of the year. Um, yo, this was just a chin check game. 10 points, 2 assists for Jazzy Davidson. Kennedy Smith, 7 points. Cara Dunn, 11 points. London Jones was a surprise because London was going against her former team, and London um she didn't shoot the ball well. Just 6 points and 3 assists. Um USC, um that they're gonna be solid. But right now, um they 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 just couldn't find the basket. I think if they could have shot the ball better, this game would have been a little more entertaining. But because of the abysmal shooting, um, and also I don't have the turnovers listed. Yeah, but they just couldn't get nothing going. It was just USC was just outmatched. But again, USC, they're gonna be in the tournament. If you're a USC fan, it's no, you don't have to break the glass. It's not a case of an emergency. Right now, there's no juju. All right. Jazzy, is as stellar of a freshman she is. They just went into a buzzsaw, but they're gonna be at home for the next matchup. And again, they'll have some more games under their belt, which will make for a more competitive battle of LA. But again, um this was a game where again you gotta have that game. Sometimes when you open up conference play, you're gonna get punched in the mouth. You're gonna especially as a freshman, things gonna be coming at you a mile a minute. And it's just how quickly you adjust uh to to the difference in play. And I think we're gonna see a better matchup when those two teams toward the end of the year hit the court again. Um some more Sun Belt action. Arkansas State, defending Sun Belt Conference champions, beat Louisiana Monroe 89-71. Georgia State took a loss to Old Dominion 73-68. Shout out to India Buford, 16 points, 7 boards, 2 assists. Mobile native Kelsey Thompson, 9-7-4. Um, all right. Want to get into some Ivy League action. Um, Princeton took care of Penn. Now this is a game where Penn did everything to take down Princeton. Uh they shot 45% from the field to Princeton's 41. They shot 45% from three to Princeton's 38. Um they even out rebounded Princeton. However, Penn did everything except get to the line. They were 7 for 8 from the line to Princeton's 20 for 28. Wow, that's a lopsided on free throw percentage and turnovers. Penn didn't protect the basketball. 18 turnovers to Princeton's 11. But again, shout out to Hutcherson, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And Belker, 10 points, 3 assists, and St. Rose, 15, 4, and 3. I'm gonna have to look at a little more on Princeton basketball. I watched a few of their games last year. I was following Brown and also Harvard. But I'm gonna do a deep dive into Princeton. Pause. All right. Um, yeah, that's about it. We got some good action on Sunday. South Carolina and Florida. That's gonna be a monster game. That's gonna be a monster game, a road trip for South Carolina. Liv McGill is the real deal, and I can't wait to see that matchup. And also LSU and Vanderbilt. That's gonna be another one. We're gonna see how Kim Mulkey and company responds after taking a early loss early in the year of SEC play. All right. Now, oh yeah, and Ole Miss got a game too. So follow Spotlight on Women's Hoops on Unrivaled Monday. We'll be at Buffalo Wild Wings for for the kickoff of Unrivaled. So stay tuned for that.
Swag, she got the swish swag, swish swag.
Watching as my hips go swish. Triple double stance that don't never miss. Always coordinated, looks top picks. Blocking all haters, calling all bricks. Baby, I'm the center of the century. Most valuable, call me the MVP. Most reliable, never on the sidelines. 3 seconds left, now we in the overtime. Keep your eyes straight, I might pull a fast break. Reverse dribble on you, follow with a quick fake. You like my confidence is bold, like my field goals. Cute how you pushing me to